How's it guys? Kyle here from KJD Photography. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, so we got through the ATEM Mini Pro from a company, um, Timber Broadcasting Solutions, um, literally to help us actually get our um, content on YouTube Live and as well as Facebook Live, which we're going to be doing. But there was one key thing that I wanted to really try out on this device. It was actually the green screen. So what I did was I've set up the worst possible green screen you can imagine sitting behind me, and using the power of this BlackmagicDesign ATEM Mini Pro, the power of its actual keying functionality for green screen, and I'm actually blown away with it. Literally, it has really been amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually switch over to camera 4, which is actually the one camera which I've got there, which is just an iPhone. Um, and literally I have one 8400 Pro sitting bouncing off a white wall in front of me. I have just a very cheap ring light over here actually coming over to the side. So I've got no physical light that's actually hitting the, the background directly. It's just the light bouncing from the 8400 Pro, which is actually sitting there. So let me switch on that. So you can see there's these beautiful wrinkles. There's some vignetting happening on the edges there and everything else. So I'm going to go back to camera 3 and I'm going to switch the key back on. So there you go. I mean, it's removed really well um, on the actual background, and did a good job on the keying out the green. So what I'm going to do is probably just show firstly the software. So as I said, to change these backgrounds, what I've done is I've actually set my laptop up on camera 3 as an extended screen. So literally the background behind me is actually my laptop, which is just an extended screen from my primary screen. So I have the ability just to change a wallpaper on my computer for the extended screen, and voila, the background's changed, which I'll show you just now. But first I want to bring across the Blackmagic um, ATEM software control panel, which is quite a nice tool to actually have. So on the palette, if you go to the upstream key, literally you would select an area of what green you would actually like to key out. So normally I'll select one with a bit of highlight and a bit of shadow, just to get that key. Then you've got obviously your fine adjustments to actually remove any sort of foreground or background stuff. So literally, if you look at this, you can actually play around with that. If you go too far, you're gonna start getting your stuff on your foreground. So literally, you just do a bit of a fine tune, and there you can actually see. I don't know if you can see on that, but literally the key has been removed quite well, um, with just actually adjusting this slightly. So you can play around with that until your sort of key is looking great. Then you've got your spill. So literally, I know from photography when we were actually lighting a green screen background, if they had any spill on the edge of a person, it was a major issue. So I think with the background being sort of 700 to 800 mils behind me, sort of 80 centimeters, there's not much spill and it's not bouncing any light back onto me, so it's very cool. So that won't make much of a difference, but I just whack the spill right up, um, just in case. Then you actually have a full control over your RGB. your saturation, your contrast, and actually your brightness. So this is a good way to seeing how good the keying out has been done. So if you can actually just see you getting brighter and nowhere else around on the screen, then you know that the actual key has actually done quite well in removing that. And the same with the contrast as well. Bring down the contrast, then you know your key is actually looking quite cool. And then you have obviously your RGB. Then you've got your masks. Now the masks is something that's quite cool. If your green screen, say for instance you've got one of these pop-up backgrounds and you can, on the corners you can just see where the green screen disappears. You can actually bring in the mask, adjust the masks in, and it will actually remove those little sort of missing out corner sections and give you a full background image on your background. So that's something to play around with. So you can actually do your tops and your bottoms and also your sides on your masking. Another thing also which is a lot of fun, which I have done one preset here just so I can show you guys. So on preset A, I can actually minimize myself to go right down to a corner of a screen here or over here or up in the top, off to the sides. So you can actually set where you want to actually be flowing across the screen. So on A, what I've done is I've minimized myself, so I sit on top of the banner at the bottom here, and literally I can then look at the what I'm going to be showing and sort of explain and everything. But remember that your screen is only so long, so try and remember to keep yourself within your block, you know. So if you're looking at that type of thing, otherwise you'll have your hand disappearing off somewhere and stuff. So it's a cool thing to actually have. And then obviously full will then bring me back to full size. So you can actually set another preset on B, which is actually very easy to do. So say for instance I wanted to look at making myself a little bit smaller, and here you can see just on the edge there you can actually see, so you can actually play around with your mask as well on that by just. So now what I want to do is I want to, on my flying key, I want to now push myself to this side, and I want to bring myself a little bit lower, and yeah, and then I can just say, well, set B. So B is there, A is there, and full is there. So it's quite a nice thing to actually have functionality over that type of thing, which is really cool. So I think that's obviously a lot of the green screen keying functionality that it's very simple but very powerful on this unit. So I'm just going to push this across to the other side. So how do I actually change my backgrounds? As I mentioned, I've got my laptop set up as a secondary extended screen, so that's why I can drag things in and out of the set behind me. So if I wanted to change a background, there you go. So there's a background that's been set. I can literally change another background there, and then obviously wherever you've actually got images, you can almost like set up a folder. Let me just go to maybe my iCloud drive and just select a couple of backgrounds there, and it's really cool. So I'm enjoying the green screen stuff because I think with some of the shows that I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be discussing images that I've taken and how I've actually done the images, or how the images have come about, this is a great way of actually utilizing this this tool. So just changing backgrounds around. There's a picture of the moon I did, and as I said, even now, because now I've got my flip, I can take myself right down here. Um, so with that, and as you can see, I can mask out those funny lines there. But so I can sit here and I can talk about images that I've done and thing, but just remember, you've only got this much space within your block. So just remember, if you do that, let me go to B. Remember, B was actually over this side, so I can actually look there and I can say, look, this is the picture of the moon I took, South Africa at so and so date. But if you actually notice on this side, where is it over here? There is a bit of a um, mask that I can adjust. So we can actually remove that line out of there and keep on doing that. So we come back up full. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with this unit. I think the green screen technology in this thing is the same as some of the big boys. It's really amazing and very easy to actually remove yourself out of a key. As I said, I've done green screen photography and it can be a nightmare if your lighting is not right. And yeah, I've had a couple of instances where we didn't get the lighting right on some of the stuff, but it takes a lot of careful planning and skillful editing to do on the photography side. But yeah, have a look at the units, have a look at Timbre Broadcasting Systems. They do a whole load of stuff. They do everything from custom AV vans for broadcasting. They do broadcasting setups and sets and everything else. And they also supply a lot of the Blackmagic design items, from screens to units to from everything from the ATEM Mini right the way up to the bigger solutions, as well as TriCaster solutions. So give the guys a look up. There's their website below. Social media and everything is all on this side. Okay. Have a look and do yourself a favor if you are seriously looking at YouTube Live or Facebook Live or anything like that, and you want to start working with that type of stuff. I would recommend highly this ATEM Mini Pro. It is really amazing, small, compact, fit up to 4 cameras or 4 devices actually into that. You have 2 mic inputs, and you can actually even change those mic inputs to line inputs. So it's really cool functionality that you actually have in this little device. The software, the ATEM software control panel, as I showed you, you've got full equalizers, you can do so much with the actual audio side as well, for such a small little package, and not a bad price either. But as I said, you can get hold of the guys. The details are there, and really start taking your streaming to the next level and have a lot of fun while doing it. So I think that's about it from me. Um, I will be coming back with some how did I like this type of shows, as well as a special interview we'll be doing in December, and I can't wait for that to actually happen because it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be lots of laughter, I'm sure, because this person has been a very big um, part of KJD photography over the last 12, 13 years. So keep a lookout for that, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the ATEM Mini Pro in the bottom, and please go and check out our sponsors and also subscribe to our channel. Cheers for now. Thanks for watching.